Hey, chat. Can you hear me? How we doing? We're gonna fix this iPhone camera here. Let me just have a second. The iPhone be tweaking. How we doing? Good morning, Bitcoin Jesus. Good, Hodl. I'm glad. All right. Every time it's something new, but we're good. It's you guys are like one day Kyle will get there. But that's what makes it fun. Each time is different. Let's check it. We'll see if we can figure this out. I'm always having a good time, no matter where we're getting started with. All right. Huh. All right. Now we're really all off. All right. You guys are going to be able to see this here for a sec. What up, Dub? How we doing? Is it look grainy as life itself? It might be real grainy. That's what's coming through on my end, but let's see. It's funny when I get these setups going, they just stop. It's like as soon as I get it working, it stops working. I really should have duplicated the scene, but hopefully y'all can see me right now. We're going to be getting this stream going here in a sec. Is this grainy? The screen real grainy for you guys? Let me know. Hopefully not too bad. Yeah, it's grainy. All right. Hmm. All right. Well, we'll go through really quick this market update. Um, I'm just trying to figure out what it used to be before my iPhone tweaked. There used to be my camera facing down, so maybe we'll figure this out later. But as for now, you guys are good bulling. So long as you can appreciate this. So we're gonna do, of course, let's get a quick givey going. Um, how's everybody's Monday? Everybody doing all right? I know chat's probably excited for the week. I hope you guys are excited. The championship game. Oh, we got the Natty Championship tonight. Are you kidding me? I gotta turn that on. We'll put that on in the background. I don't know that I can stream it myself, but okay, cool. We got some stuff over here. Hopefully, it's a little clearer. It seems to be that way on my end now. But what we got going on, and let me get this givey going, chat. All right. What we got going on today is our market update. You guys know what it is. It's pretty chill this week, but we got some interesting items, different transactions that wound up happening. I'm going to turn this into a giveaway. All right, so this is going to be for an S2 blue. Let me see, convert a product. I'm going to convert them all, chat. Oh, is it going to be lame? Oh, that's so lame, chat. They won't let me convert an item with multiple quantities to give you. I want to give you all 10. That's all right. I'll make a quick one real quick. A couple givvies to get the chat fired up. We got some great things that in store. One, of course. We've got a box break here later. And that's just something I want to get into this case. Did you see that I updated? Yes, thank you, bro. I appreciate that, Dub. I'm also going to let chat know that we're live. Make everybody just aware that we're running it. Hey, what up, Brian? Price? There should be no price. It's a givey. There we go. Just in time for the givey. All right. We're doing our market match update. I'm running this giveaway right now. This is for an S2 Blue Rare. We'll pick one out of the hat. You guys can let me know as well. Maybe we'll do our Ponzi. We'll do Ponzi number 97 out of 1,000 for the giveaway. But what we got going on? All right, so today I wanted to touch about Bitcoin art. So BitBlock Boom by Scarcity. There was some interesting sales and price action. I just want to talk about the price action in Bitcoin collectibles when we're experiencing, volatility in Bitcoin's price. We'll talk Bitcoin trading cards. Shout out AG and the both the boys and their streams, and we'll get into kind of some of these different events. So this is, let me get this right because it's going to be too zoomed in on my Notion. But starting with BitBlock Boom, we'll wrap this and get onto the cards real quick. But I do want to show off, some of the opportunities to grab Bitcoin art and who Bitcoin artists are. Right, part of what Coil Breaks is about is making sure that our community is well educated, and of course, sharing. One of my joys is Bitcoin art. Right, so Hodl, make sure you hop in that giveaway. That's for an S2 Blue. Just want to call that out. So this was a big deal. So Fractal and Crypt, when he came out with this key set, I don't know if they're going to show a photo of it being handed off to Michael Saylor, but there are some big names that own this. Originally listed at a quarter Bitcoin reserve, wound up selling for 5 million sats. I thought that was a great purchase. NO, whoever that is. Hodl, great W on the N Fiat. We love our artist Tommy. That's a beautiful piece. One of my actually favorites. I'm a big fan of that style. So congrats, Hodl. We got our boy Jeff, Satoshi's Arc. I'm a big fan of that one of one as well. Just the way the colors of the dollars are literally copied from Monopoly money. Here's some of our favorites. Satoshi House. So what do they have for sale? They have art. Oh, Satoshi. Oh, the Prince. Yeah, I know. Dude, for real. I was like, she finally got it. What up, AG? How we doing, brother? We're going to go through some Bitcoin art auctions, and I'm just going to chime in on the prices. This for me, the proof of work that BTC Monk, I don't think we have BTC Monk in our packs yet, but his proof of work is undeniable. Absolutely legendary Bitcoin artist, in my opinion. We've got BVB on the resin with 600K sats. This artist proof, I actually am kind of pissed that I missed because I'm a big fan of Matt Habel, also Crayon Smell, and this artwork is just out of this world in terms of its storytelling. It's very, it's a piece that makes people stop, think, and that's what I'm a big fan of artwork like that. On the end, zoom in like this. So at 700K, at $555, I think that's great. This I felt, kind of bad about not bidding higher. We got Tommy, and this is probably either going in his PC or not, but one of the most incredible paintings. I hope this gets delivered. But this is a new artist, Shepa Art. By the way, if you don't know that you can do this on Scarcity, again, just educating the chat, you can hop in here and there's a creator tag. So every artist has, if you go to /creators, you can type in, typically it doesn't have this end bit. So you can type in their name and you'll find their artwork and their Twitter. So Shepa Art, I don't know who that is because look at their Twitter. One of the most impressive, in my opinion, pieces of artwork, new Bitcoin artwork for an account that's only got 23 artists, right? I'll give that a follow. Have to. That's automatic. Somebody clip that. I just want to share that with them. Clip that and send that to me because I'd like to share that moment of just recapping, making sure they're heard, because that's a beautiful piece that I think could have gone for more. Yonat. And right, so some of the themes here, look at this bottle, right? We had 475K sats. I do love my man Jeff, but right, let's talk about this for a second. $377 for a bottle of whiskey. Okay. Look at the bids. We got a lot of action, right? This is for best open when Bitcoin hits $1 million. I guess this is number 21 of 21. All right. That makes it better. The reason I bring this up, what up, Crane? How we doing, Sky? we're going through some Bitcoin art auctions before we hop into the trading cards. But you look at, right, proof of work, Brecky hand carving this B. Jeff, of course, gorgeous. A, the giveaway skater, shout out. You got yourself a Ponzi. W. We'll run another giveaway here in a second. But as you guys consider, Bitcoin trading cards market valuation, look into here and look at some of the original artwork that artists have been putting up. There's this buy Bitcoin sign that I absolutely love. One of the grails in my opinion. And, remember that, I guess it's, people collect for many different reasons. One of them being because you love, the thing that you're purchasing, right? So just know, right, when prices fluctuate, you're buying because, right, you love what you're buying. I think there's people that can get very in the weeds of the why they're buying, right? And let me see if I can double click on this. This would be huge, but all right, big time. Can you guys see that? Maybe I can zoom in even more, but hopefully you guys might be able to see that. Is that the 1 of 1 but BTC paper? Oh, the buy BTC. So that's a 1 of 21. So it sold for 0.1 Bitcoin. What up, Kim? So that buy Bitcoin sign sold for 0.1 Bitcoin. Buy it now. It's a limited edition replica out of 21. The original, that's 1 of 1, sold for 16.5 Bitcoin, I believe, right over $1 million. So thank you, Sam. This is my fringe jacket. It's a new personality, new me. Yeah, absolutely, AG. So get into some eBay sales through 130 points since the last time. We had our raw error card sell for $35. We had a very cool, this is different, a signed, I believe by Aladdin, Bitcoin Whale Hollow sell for 79. That goes to show, secondary market action on signed cards right now, especially Bitcoin trading cards. But also think about it in sports cards. If you get a card signed after the fact, an on-card auto, right, you're playing the game of, how, am I adding value to the card? Am I not? It's not coming from the factory this way. It's not coming from the set checklist as a signed card. As in Bitcoin trading cards, we don't have any official signed cards. So the secondary market is really interesting to follow on that. But it's good to see a sale. It's very, very cool. And then another error card for 35. There was a Genesis set, which is pretty neat, sold for 20. And a purple for 450. And here's another, if you search different terms, i.e. Bitcoin trading cards, I love to see some of these sales here. So we have $5 on the silver. We wound up with this Michael Saylor. Let me see if that's the best way to do it. Sorry if it's too small, guys, but do our best here. So wound up with a Michael Saylor for 100. I thought that was very reasonable, very fair. Those cards are going to become more scarce. We have some impressive graded sales, right? Series 1. I don't know personally how this sale happened. A PSA 9 and a PSA 9, $450 for the blockchain and $500 for Satoshi limited edition. That's pretty interesting to me. Obviously, because one's out of 1,000, one's out of 500, selling for the same price. And then this $150 for the legendary PSA 9, that's a steal, in my opinion. I think that's great. Great buy. And if you need it, and here come some of the listings. So hopping into the Telegram away from eBay sales, more on the peer-to-peer side. This is a sold transaction where our boy Crane in the vendors chat listed 2 musicians, the 2 of 2 for $100, sold. Here were 3 other cards listed for sale, some higher end Pop 2 for the Bitcoin Pizza and the Mother Satoshi, listed at, pretty decent SAT or fiat prices. But being Pop 2, right, that's something that's reasonable. I wouldn't expect, let me get this out of the way. I wouldn't expect these cards to be listed any less, just given, the opportunity. I love that whale. That PSA 9 is pretty wicked. We've got another card that popped up that is really rare. I have to throw my hand at this one. I'm going to see if I can add this to the collection. We'll see what the price is on this. But one of my favorite Mirror 1 cards, needs more lubricant, out of 9. Our friend Mr. Bruner looking and taking offers here, I do want to shout out AG for his previous stream yesterday. Baller, way to entertain you and Dub. Go to, I'm glad, tips going to Dub. However you guys do that, you guys are a great team. I want to shout out, the two of you guys for continuing to make it fun on Whatnot. And then on the next time, feel free to show AG or share in the chat your link to the treasure hunt. So next Sunday we got the treasure hunt. Make sure you guys tune in for that. I'll see if I can warm you guys up with a stream beforehand and do a little raid action. This is just a comment. So this was also for sale. If you guys remember, I was selling some of these for $20 on the stream. It was a quick auction. That was last week. But I do think that asking price is very fair. If you remember, PSA's grading is $15. These being a short print, and you had to kind of be there, right? Something to be, have on your radar, right? So we got Crane and the Coin Dad commenting about just the historic nature of this card. I think is really interesting. I think it's important to recognize, as we approach Vegas, some of these cultural events, right? These are called commemorative cards. We're commemorating a point in time. I think it's really valuable to, just in the scheme of the history of Bitcoin and Bitcoin trading cards, appreciate some of that. And the last peer-to-peer in the vendors chat since the last time we talked was this Crane listing where we sold 3 cards, as far as I'm last aware, on if we get a Vegas cards. Good question. I'm gonna let Aladdin talk to y'all about that whenever he does have news. But good to see, the box toppers selling. I think those are great. The inflation, the halving cards, of course, are just gnarly. And the S2 legendary, as you can tell. So this was raw, sold for the same as a PSA 9, granted peer-to-peer, so no fees on either side of that transaction. But interesting to see nonetheless. So that pretty much recaps both Bitcoin art, recent sales in peer-to-peer eBay, and some people who have made available some listings. What else did we want to cover? We got AG, we got next, we got the stream. So I will shout out, this is on me of not having these streams all put together. Am I in the frame or not? I have no idea. Oh, I am. I'll get my schedule back up on the shows just so you guys can bookmark it. I was a little ass out for checking my stream today and seeing that there was nothing scheduled. So I'm glad that we got you guys in the chat. We got 11 in the chat. One thing on Bitcoin price action, and its effect on collectibles. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Bitcoin Jesus. We're gonna let speculation take place on that one. Will be helpful to us. Absolutely, AG. Yeah, no, 100%. So one thing just to call out is I will be doing, so we'll say it right now, is the Monday Market Mash next week. All right, that's already there. We'll do it like that. Monday Market Mash with Aladdin is going to be next week. He's going to try to tune in, talk about both the Bitcoin market, Bitcoin trading cards, and collectibles. We're going to have our Thursday break. So there'll be a Thursday S3 OPP break weekly. And then TBD on, I had scheduled Friday for a 3-box break. So this is where I'll leave Sunday up for, I'll call it warming up AG. Dope. Oh, we'll also review the website. But this is a fresh whale. All right. So we're going to be diving into a whale case here soon. Or bit whale box. So that's 21 boxes going to get through. We're going to do 7 weeks of Friday breaks, trying to get onto Whatnot during those prime hours and, keep both Whatnot engaged and our community just flowing. We're going to be chasing a lot of big cards. TBD on what spots are available, chat. This is not my whale. So emphasizing this is going to be an opportunity for you guys to get supplement stuff at cheap, right? So base, parallels, anything besides probably, I'm guessing, is going to be the out of 21 and 1 of 1. Oh, let's go. All right, DJ. I need to send you. Yeah, hit me up. For I got you on the Excel sheet, by the way, right? Um, so that you can keep track and do a quick upload. Don't wanna make you waste no time on that. Also, chat for those that participated in the break. What was it? When did we even stream? Yesterday? Oh my god, my brain is no Friday, right? Thursday? All right. Either way, whatever stream that was where everybody was getting base cards, that was allocated. I had to head out of town, so I shipped off all the shipments. You did get your out of 1,000 bonus, so every customer got an additional out of 1,000 card. Um, but I will be sending and tracking, of course. We're always tracking. I know that there's lack of transparency here, but please trust. And it will be coming. The memberships, the points, all things are going to be opt in, but the base cards from SOS will be added to customer shipments moving forward. So for anybody that ordered that last break, I got you on that. What up, 100 bagger? Welcome to the Market Mash. We just recapped Bitcoin collectibles, Bitcoin trading card sales, and some of the peer-to-peer, as well as the stream. So one last thing that I want to talk about here and is Bitcoin price action on collectibles. So anybody in the chat, and what up TCCMD, how are you doing? Um, Anybody in the chat, what are the emotions right now with regards to, your Bitcoin collectibles, whether you're buying or selling, your inventory management as Bitcoin goes up and down? Are you using Bitcoin as your unit of account? Are you in a mindset of I need to liquidate because things are going down, or I get to acquire because things are going up, buying and hodling? MJ Sosa, you're a legend. That's for sure. We got no doubt there. So, I'll let that buying. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Buying sats or buying collectibles? Collecting. All right, good. Yeah, collecting. I think we're on that. I mean, everybody's buying sats, I'm sure. I hope you got a DCA or some sort. But yeah, it's good to hear, at least from a few of you that we're collectible, we're collectors. We're going to be buying in a bear. I think there's something to be said again for when we look at the sides of our community of active buyers, and we look at other communities, whether it's cardsmiths or otherwise, right? As we brought S3 OPP to the market, we're increasing the supply. What up, Justin? What up, Butch? We're increasing the supply of total cards on the market for our small community to transact with, right? So you're going to see in the short term some of these cards both in S3 OPP and historically, right? S1 and S2 and the others dip in price because of the liquidity, right? And so one thing to consider as you're doing inventory management, and I want to shout this out, is right, if you're going to sell and you want to ideally get top dollar for your cards that you are selling, consider what platform, how you're doing, and what way you're combining your sales, right? AG and Dub, they've got a great audience on their live auction, on their live streams. They can hit those streams with some live sales and auctions, right? And they may do fine. Some other people, you may want to hit eBay with it, right? And have more of an audience. Same with scarcity, right? And so if you are looking to move cards, consider, right, like how Crane, and I know in the chat, does it very well in the peer-to-peer, taking photos, making it clear. What up, CB? What up, Bren? And so just shouting out the way in which you manage your inventory, especially if you're selling. If you're buying, always have your eye out on all the different platforms. You never know what you're going to find. In terms of how BTC price action affects collectibles, right? So my past experience was head of business operations with scarcity, right? So just to pull this up, I'm going to show you guys and this may shock some of you. I don't know if any of you guys have looked this far back. We're going to see if I can find the first. This is going to be. I'm so glad that they added the dates, chat. But I do want to show. Maybe I have to type in the whole thing. I will. I do want to show you guys way, way, way back when, right? Some of these have dates, some of these don't. But of course they don't. That's okay. Is this going to be the first one? I don't know that you guys have ever seen. seen the first. This isn't, but we're pretty early. So what? Let's go example. This was I believe the first 21 club to be sold at auction. And look at that S1 box price, right? S1 and S2 box price at 0.31 Bitcoin. Okay. Chat, this was in the bear market, July 13th, 2023, right? Bitcoin price might have been 30 something, right? Might have been $10,000 for the lot. And this is something I'll dial in on the Coil Breaks website of giving you guys this market information. But think of how this card is first to market, right? So you've got 11.5 million sats. To date, that's 9K, right? We're not selling 21 clubs for 9K. There is a consideration of Bitcoin being your unit of account. We're definitely Bitcoiners, right? Change the slug to just Bitcoin trading cards. Oh, smart. Yeah. Thank you for that. And I will as soon as I do this. But to appreciate, right, there's going to be, I would say, our Bitcoin trading cards, you got to replace, right? Absolutely. MJ Sosa will shout out what we're doing here. We're engaging in collectibles. We're Bitcoiners. We want to save for the future. What you spend, definitely aim to replace, right? And don't aim, take action. But as we grow our community, as we have more cards enter this market, it's going to be, interesting to see this first 21 club hit the auction place, right? It's going to be interesting to see as Bitcoin's price over the next, spend sats. Absolutely. Yeah. And yep. And as we see this price volatility in Bitcoin, right, we're going to see cards probably go down just due to the uncertainty, right? It's the same reason Bitcoin goes down in this market, or in general the market itself. This uncertainty around Bitcoin's price within our community, where we're Bitcoiners, right? You can anticipate some of these cards fluctuating in price, which is where everybody, I'm just giving a little, communicating to my favorite collectors, to my favorite community, be considerate of how you're managing your collection right now. If you want to buy certain cards, think about, what that market price is, because everything is depressed. So you can get a 21 club, for example, like Crane posted in the Telegram chat, for $950. If your cards are, you have lower end S3 cards and you want a 21 club, before you spend $950 on the 21 club or whatever it is, right? Aim to liquidate those cards that can make up for, your bigger purchase. It's just one thought. I'll dive into deeper, and newsletter on the way. I say that every week. But I'll dive into deeper how truly, plotting Bitcoin price across the price of, our collectibles, how we've seen, or really how the data, I want to back it by data, how we've seen these prices flip. This was, I think, the highest sale for an S1 box in Bitcoin trading cards history at 31 million sats, right? It did have that S2 box, but at the end of the day, they were definitely buying that series one. I want to see really quickly, just to show you guys for fun, this collection here. This is going to be the first ever Bitcoin trading cards collection. Look at that. 0.04 for Satoshi's figurine. Got a Max Kaiser. This is, I think I almost bought this. Maybe or maybe not. But look at what it's four auctions. This is incredible. A print plate for 0.023, a full set minus the legendaries of series 1 for 0.032. I believe, if I remember correctly, this is the one where you got lunch. Yeah. I was right there. That was a sorry, Brew Baby. That was a scary moment when I was like, oh, I'm gonna get my own trading card. It doesn't say this in here, but it does say, Max has committed to lunch. Yeah. I was going to say, this card, the reason this was really cool, and this is just a history lesson, but also showing what price this sold for, is Aladdin said he would make a one of one for whoever purchased this at the end of the day, of the photo of Max and that individual at lunch. What up, comic? You almost bought the print plate? Yeah. No, that would have been, I mean, that, for what it's worth, of all the print plates, Din, that's one of the best. Here's this figurine, chat, number 3 of 9. I mean, just one of the most beautiful things, in my opinion, Bitcoin trading cards has made to date. I don't know if there's, just for our sake of appreciating this moment, yeah, most iconic artwork from Series 1. I need to talk to Aladdin and get you guys this information of Bitcoin trading cards, Satoshi's figurine, how many are still around. Yeah, that was a sale, but that was March 30th, 2023. There was another sale for Satoshi's figurine, I believe, which I was surprised that anybody would sell theirs. Let's see if maybe I have to do it like this. Yeah, okay. Was that 309? We're going to find out. All right, cool. What did 409? Yeah, so 409 went for 9 million sats a couple months later. So you can see that demand, and I'm going to tell you, I think there's 3 that are broken. I'll show just because I can. This is my baby. I hold him dearly to my heart. If you can guess the number, I know some of you know the number, so don't guess if you know it. But I'll throw a little bonus in your chat. But there are only 9. This was part of a deal. Silly, that's number 4, bro, on the screen, Bitcoin Jesus. That was part of a deal. Yeah, all right, based. All right, Dub. You might know. But yeah, of course, number 6 out of 9. I had to. No, not at all, bro. You're so fine. Yeah, so this is market mash. We're just talking the market. Yeah, Bitcoin Jesus, I know. So anyways, we'll see where, Bitcoin trading cards goes with the opportunity to make figurines and stuff like that here in the future. As for market mash, this pretty much wraps it up. I do want to show you guys really quick Coilbreak's website. I have updated. There will be inventory working here soon. I'm going to update with client inventory and such. Right now, it's just test pages. Don't try to go in and buy it. Great things are on the horizon. I think actually somebody did try to buy the really expensive one. I got my blogs. Oh, it would be. It would be. Yeah, something. It'll come, Kim. I think that's been in the works for a while, trying to figure out what we could do. I finally got these blogs up on the website. So anything that I'd written, forget the date and forget the author. I gotta run it back. But anything that you're interested in learning about, let me know, and I'm happy to write more. So this is gonna be my blog on just grading, going through the scales and criteria, right? The companies, all this different stuff I wrote about. This is when, November 2023, when we got our first PSA update from Crane. Shout out Crane and of course Aladdin and the team. Thank you, Dub. I appreciate that. It's been a minute. We're working towards something pretty cool, but I'm glad every step is a good step forward. So this will educate you about the different grading companies. It'll teach you about, card value. So you can see how PSA 9s are different than PSA 10s are different than RAWs. Teaches you about the process, and some of this stuff I just copied over the HTML. So I gotta tease it, but talking about cracking the cards, and also, how PSA went from a PSA 7 to PSA 10, and it's the same card. So concerns, some of the tips over card care, right? Future of grading in the industry. So this is just showing off one kind of blog that I had done. I had some market information from the different sets about how cards were grading. I'll have to do a little update. I love this PSA label at the National, but you guys can go in and search the blogs if there's anything you guys want to write about. I know the bucket hat is back. We're sticking with the fringe jacket, but the bucket hat's back. I got this new bullet necklace to go with my thing. But Here we got our 1-of-1 tracker. It should be up to date as far as I'm aware. If anybody, absolutely, AG. I mean, I came from trading cards before Bitcoin, so Bitcoin is second to me. No offense to Bitcoin. I hope its ego doesn't get hurt. Trading cards is definitely, my first. Oh, yeah, that is definitely what she said. All right, you're gonna get me on that's what she said. I'm just gonna be thinking about that the rest of the show. So 1-of-1 tracker, hop in here. If anybody is ever curious, right, about different market information, this is really what we're going for. Trying, and it'll be displayed better here in the future. This is all MVP. When's that code on? Oh yeah, right, Dub. Yeah, this goes on auction when AG's glasses go on auction. And I'm talking the originals. I don't want the ones that Aladdin was looking flying, but watch it. Yeah, we got your eyes on these. So as you can see, S3 OPP, I don't know how many boxes have been ripped, chat, but we've got a lot of 1-of-1s to find. Ooh, signed? I don't know. Gotta update the SOS is gone. Oh, the Spirit of Satoshi? Okay. Perfect. Oh, that's cool. I wonder who got that. In theory, this version will turn into something where you guys can click on, for example, the 1-of-1 that was hit, the Hal Finney, see a photo of it, potentially see the rip video, right? Maybe the story from the collector that pulled it themselves. Something that I've been talking to Aladdin about has been getting plotting prices of, different products. So for example, a Series 1 OPP box showing in November 22 at $500, and then plotting its path across public and potentially private sales for those willing to share the transactions, so that people can really gauge and see, right? I don't think there's anywhere that shows just how Bitcoin trading cards, various collectibles within it have really gone up in value and have outpaced Bitcoin, right? Not all of them. We'll never say, right, your investment in Bitcoin trading cards will outpace Bitcoin, but there is something to be said for really scarce collectibles. I mean, my Satoshi's figurine, I'm not sure what it would be sold for today, but you have to consider, right? Some of these collectibles have the opportunity to maintain their value on a Bitcoin unit of account, if not, beat it out as our community grows. So anyways, that's where the site is at now. We'll be updating this. It'll be continue to be, growing until and throughout Bitcoin Vegas, working on really getting the marketplace up here and having client portals as well, so that you guys can tap into, what's being graded, etc. Of yours. So we will pause all that there. Anybody want me to talk about anything? We'll do another givey. Yeah, I'm gonna run a givey real quick. This is gonna be, everybody hit up that givey. This is gonna be for, what do you want? A bad for the environment? You want a Sailor S2? Would you rather have a Sailor S2 or a bad for the environment? And the Sailor S2 is just base, but you tell me. Bad for the environment or Sailor S2? Yeah, I can definitely talk. Oh, I should talk about that for sure. Bad for the environment or Sailor S2? Well, I'll let you guys sit on that. We'll see. We'll tally it up at the end. So 13 people in the chat. We love that. So Brandon's stream is, that is something that I tried to touch on here a second ago. Earlier, I didn't talk about Brandon's explicitly, but I talked about the method in which you are selling your cards, when you decide to sell them, right? And I'm going to get this off the screen so you guys don't look at that date. But what I say when I'm, what I mean when I say that is, what up? I like pizza. Yum. Wow. I like that too. I need some pizza tonight. We're going to go homemade. I'm making the best pizza this side of Italy. Just a note. I'm working on it. Missed most of it. Yeah. So Brandon and, I think, right, everybody manages their inventory differently depending on what they need in that point in time. Right. And so Brandon had some great pieces, some great cards from Series 1, Series 2. I wasn't on it the full time, for what it's worth. There should be a link from the BTC. Oh, absolutely. I should put the other way around as well, bro. I can't believe, I'll get my affiliate code and link in there. If you wanna do that, Base Sailor, I'll get this site really refined and dial it in, and it'll be fire. I think that would be really helpful. But on Brandon's point, he sold a lot of cards at $1 auctions into a community where, to be honest, I didn't know it was happening. That's why I wasn't on the stream. I was able to join for just half a second. But AG, it seems you weren't on the stream. DJ, you missed most of it. So first of all, it's awareness, right? If you're going to liquidate some of your cards, get it in front of many eyeballs as you can. All right, so AG couldn't make it. I just didn't know it was happening. That's why eBay, scarcity, some of these longer duration auctions, some of those collections that have just more general awareness. I personally, if you're not AG, even me, right? I don't tend to sell really big cards on my streams just because the eyeballs and the engagement, right? So he did sell some amazing cards for really cheap. I would say congrats to the winners. I would say, to those that are looking at those prices and thinking that that's what, market value is, I'd say think again, right? I certainly have no interest in selling some of those cards at those prices, specifically Series 1, right? Some of these other cards, if you were a collector earlier on, right, we have God knows how many blue rares, and that's why you use them as giveaways, right? It's not that they're not worth anything. It's that, at some point I'm giving back to the community something I have a lot about, and it's not market price. Absolutely. And so, yeah, my tip one, consider how and when you're selling your cards. Two, and to which audience, right? Two is consider what cards you're selling when, right? So if you're going to sell grails, right, consider, honestly, I would say scarcity is one of the best places to sell grails just because it's track record, both on price and awareness, people paying attention. Three, I'm going to pull whatever is that round, Paul. I don't remember my third. I just like naming 1, 2, 3, but it was run the same time as scarcity. Oh, it was. Yeah. So anybody that wants to, study I've watched probably every Bitcoin. I have watched every scarcity Bitcoin collection or art collection since I found it, right? 4 years ago. How much more time? How much more time on the stream or to the break? We're going to get started here in a second. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know that question. How much more time on the auctions? Oh, on the break? All right, let's run it. Yeah, no, we'll get started here in a sec. I need to figure out, my OBS tweaked, and so I need to figure out how to get y'all able to see this. See, it pulls up the jacket for no good reason. Give me one sec. Once I figure out, once I get this freaking camera working, chat, we'll be on to the break. Who just won that givey? Hey, AG, there you go. I'm going to run you with the sailor. That work? Hells yeah. Perfect, bro. There we go. All right. And then because I'm killing time getting this set up, I'm going to run another givey right now. It does say blue rare, but we can do the same thing, chat. There's another givey. Get in there. We could do base cards. I'm going to do a your choice on this one, actually. The only thing is no Lightning Network because I just don't have enough of those. But your choice on an S2 blue. Absolutely. Congrats on the deals. All right. Let me get this set up. I know you guys are normally chill hanging out. I won't be able to see the chat here for a second, but let me get the iPhone. Maybe I can finagle this. It's classically going to be Brutaki. Oh, that's why. That's why it's not syncing up. Oh, that's why. Duh. Y'all, I swear, I was like, before getting into trading cards, I was really smart. Now I'm in trading cards, and I'm like, I just want to play with cardboard all day. And there's nothing wrong with that, chat. But I definitely could cook a little more here. All right. Now just to get this connected. Give me 1 second here, chat. Hey, what up? Click. Yeah, we're eating cran. You guys are too funny. All right, we're just gonna. I don't know why that freaked out. The iPhone camera did not like it. You guys are gonna see my jacket only. Let's see. Give me 2 seconds. Laptop, no phone. This is the classic KB experience. Is one where you guys wait half an hour for the stream, so it's only fitting. Let's see. It's like it wants to work. Oh, that's not going to be it. Give me half a second, chat. I could run the auctions while I'm doing this, but maybe that would work. All right, we'll slide this over. You guys got that infinity screen. That's always fun. All right. We got Cubs game in 3 hours. You're good waiting. All right. Everybody seems to be all right. Yeah, you stopped it. I mean, honestly, we're going to see if I can. Nope. All right. That's all right. We'll go back to this. You guys are infinity mirrored. I hope you don't trip. Let's see. Honestly, for now, we'll just go black. You guys cool with that? I want to get this right. It can be so lame when tech doesn't work the way it should. I just don't know why that is what it is. Like, I know y'all see that. It's really trippy. What if it's not like that? Oh. All right, maybe we just do one of these. Oh, is it behind? You gotta be capping. Oh no, it's not. Oh, what is that? It is behind. This is gonna be too fun, I swear. What is this? Oh no. All right, we got 2 of me. How did that happen? My perfect whatnot scene just got cucked on the block. No. Oh, that's so frustrating. All right, chat. How many boxes tonight? All spots are going to be open. We're going to do 1 box. If you guys want 2 boxes, we could run 2 boxes. I got friggin' nothing running. I could watch the game and just rip some wax with y'all. But we were planning on doing 1 box, and all spots are available. All the auctions are going to be. You can see them in the. You can see them in the store right now. Laptop video capture device. I'm sorry, Chad. I know this can be frustrating. It's as frustrating for me as I'm sure it is for you. Who just won that Givey? Hey, there you go, Bitcoin Jesus. Love that. Right now, I'm not sure why the phone doesn't want to connect. And that is something that I've never had a problem with. So we're a little SOL for half a second. Let's see. You guys want to watch me troubleshoot live? Whatnot. If you guys want me to run 2 boxes, your vote? All right. I mean, if you guys want it, new to the game, welcome. Try clearing. Oh, no, that's cap. Turn off. Yeah, maybe. Version of whatnot. All right. Yeah, I'm wearing shorts. Don't look at my pasty thighs. Let's get it. Let me go. The other thing I could do, which is less fun, is just hit it from this camera. Let's see. You're seconding the 2-box vote. You guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. I don't wanna lose y'all on the stream. But we're taking an hour and a half to do this. I haven't had this problem before, chat. Should I, let's see. All right, let me do something. Run this. All right, I know that you guys are gonna be like, is this the best? There's no way that's the best way to do this. Sorry if that's super loud. Tech down. That gotta hurt. 4 to 6 feet. What do we think, chat? I don't know where to go if I can't show you from the top down view. Should I run it back just like the old days of us going? Yeah, what jerseys? Oh, on the Guys Are Fun jerseys. All right, 2 secs. We're just gonna run it.